morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? Look, I am Michelle O'Neill, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist, and I want to welcome you here on the meeting place where we have those serious and fun conversations and talk about the purposeful living. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and put where you're from and in the comments put hashtag newbie so that I can give you a shout out. If you're one of my legacy members, go ahead and put hashtag legacy. I'm thrilled you're here and I will give you a shout out too. So, and if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay and any comments made. If I don't catch you on the show, I will catch you on the replay and I will catch you after any comments, make comments back to you. But I'm excited to be here this morning with you. I actually have a treat for you. Normally I try to get through everything, get through my live the whole time and just make all my points, but I've decided to start doing a little different. And so this will be a 4-part series, this particular one on the art of letting go and finding joy through simplicity. And so today I want to just focus on the benefits of letting go. Why is it important and what are the benefits that we get from letting go? And so how many of you with a one in the comments below, how many of you have a hard time letting go? Just letting go of anything in your life, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, those clothes that are still in the closet that you can't wear, that's been there for a long time. Well, that type of thing. How many of you out there have a hard time letting go? I just want to remind you, whenever I'm talking about joy, there are 3 pillars of joy. There's gratitude, contentment, and being present. And so I'm saying that because this will come up again and again whenever I talk about joy. So they are 3 foundational pillars to having joy in your life. And so what are we talking about? This letting go and finding joy in the simplicity of things. And I always have to explain things for you because I just like to really dive deep into stuff. So the power of simplifying your life in order to find greater joy and fulfillment is actually very relevant in today's hectic, overwhelming, forever busy life. And if you find yourself dealing with that, the best way to kind of combat that is through simplicity. But it's easier said than done. So many of us, it's hard to simplify things because there's so much that we feel we need. There's so much that we have to do. But there is a way of actually simplifying life. And so tell me if this speaks directly to you. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the demands on your life and about always feeling that everything is just always swirling around in your life, if you're searching for a way to reconnect with that sense of purpose and happiness, but life just keeps going on and going too fast that you don't even have time to slow down and really focus on what is it I'm here to do? What is my purpose? How am I serving those around me? Because you're just getting by day in and day out, running here, running there, getting this project done. And so this is for you. I'm telling you, stay tuned and lock in because I am talking to you. So what if I told you that there's a way to find greater joy, not just plain joy, but greater joy and fulfillment simply by simplifying your life? I know for me, if there is too much clutter, I mean physical clutter, if there's too much emotional clutter, that I cannot focus on the things that need to be focused on. And so I have to purposely make time for myself to declutter mentally and physically. So what are the benefits of letting go? And I'm telling you today, that's all I'm going to talk about, the benefits of letting go. And so listen carefully. What exactly do I mean by letting go? First, let's qualify that. Well, To most people, it means different things. To each one of us, we have our own definition and understanding of what letting go is. But at its core, letting go is all about streamlining your life and getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. And so I'm talking about, it can be things, it can mean people, it can mean habits, it can mean old emotions, old beliefs, old values. All those things that no longer serve us are the things that we can get rid of. We let go of those physical possessions. We let go of those negative thoughts and patterns. We let go of relationships that no longer serve us. And it's not being mean, it's being careful. It's caring for yourself, it's self wellness, reducing stress. How do I say that? It helps us reduce our stress and anxiety in our lives. When we streamline our daily habits and we streamline our daily routine, there's more room to do the things that are more important to us, right? Have you found that? That when you have a plan and you stick to it, it's kind of like going in a grocery store. Have you ever been in a grocery store with a list and then you've been in the grocery store without a list? Now, which one of those times do you find that you spend more time in the store and come out feeling like you didn't get much accomplished or you forgot something? So, the list, streamlining, understanding ahead of time when you go in that store what you're going in there for helps you be more efficient, productive, and effective. And that's what I'm talking about for our lives. It's time to go shopping in our lives and only put down the things that we need. And good examples of this is prioritizing your self-care and activities, just like I said with the store example. Doing things such as meditation or reading or yoga, but making sure you have those downtimes so that when you are spent up, that you have a way of coming back and regrouping. We have to simplify our daily routines. Do we really have to do everything we think we have to do? Will the world fall apart if you don't get the things that you feel need to be done? Absolutely not. One of the things I always talk about is what'll happen if you're not there. I have a friend that once shared with me when I thought I had to do everything to get things done. He says, what happens when you put your hand in a glass of water? You feel it, right? He says, but what happens when you take your hand out? It's still full. So our presence being there, yes, it does make a difference, but life will go on whether we're there or not. Now, there will be adjustments for the others around us, but it doesn't mean life stops. So don't think that you are so imperative, that you are so needed, that life will stop for others if you're not there. And so don't put that pressure on yourself that when you need to stop, when you need to regroup, when you need to pull back, it's okay. And the best way to go about that is to prepare others for when you're not there. My husband always tells me my job is to make sure that when I'm not there or when I leave, others can fill in for me and do what I do. We are always to set others up for success. And so it's not about whether we're there and we can be the only ones doing whatever it is we do, but are we leaving a legacy? And the other thing is eliminate unnecessary commitments. Is every commitment you have, going back to what I just said, is every commitment that you have one that needs to be done by you? It's all about delegation, setting boundaries, and doing the things that are most important and that serve you well. Because if you are served well, others are served well. Now, another benefit is the increased focus and clarity that we get on what's important in our lives, on how to do things more efficiently and effectively. We need to declutter our physical possessions, but we also need to be mindful and of living in the present moment. Remember I talked about those three pillars? Well, this is the last one. Present. Being present in in that moment that we're in right then, rather than dwelling on the past and worrying about the future. Is worrying about the future going to make it change? Is there anything you can do to make sure it happens the way that you feel most comfortable? Absolutely not. Is worrying about the past going to change it? Take what you learned from it, but dwelling on it isn't going to change anything about it. And then setting clear goals and intentions for your life, focusing on what truly matters to you. It's all about setting priorities, getting clear on your values and your beliefs and what's important to you. And then making those I can't even talk, a priority in your life. Is your family a priority in your life? If they're not, they feel it. What in your life has become your priority? And so those are other things that we have to focus on, and being fully present. When you're home with your family, you're home with your family. Put the cell phone away. Be there with them. Be present. And then another benefit is improving relationships and connections. Remember, I just said when you're with people, be 100% present with them. Do you know what that does for them? That shows them that, hey, she really cares. She's really listening to what I'm saying. She's not focused on her cell phone, watching TV, and all these other distractions. But she's looking me in the face, in the eyes, and actually listen to what it is I have to say. How do you feel when someone do that to you? I know I feel honored. I feel important. And so we have to prioritize our quality time with our loved ones, and spend less time on our social media and other distractions. Yes, it's great to watch TV together, but sometimes can you just talk? Can you share your feelings? What do you do when you sit at the dinner table? Do y'all have conversations, or is everybody on their phone? Maybe trying to put that phone away just for those few minutes and have honest conversations. It's a benefit of simplifying your life. The TV, the smartphone, cell phone isn't the be all and end all. Letting go of negative thought patterns and relationships. What is holding on to those negative thought patterns doing for you, but putting you up in an uproar? How is it serving you? Are you any better for yourself or anyone else? Thinking about every time or any way that you failed in the past? So you failed. What can you take from that failure and make it a win? What did you learn? Have you ever cooked? I cook all the time. Is every recipe that you cook, does it come out perfect? Is everything that you cook absolutely delicious? No. Oh, I've had some bombs. And the thing is, when we have those in our lives, you learn something from it. I know not to put too much oregano in it anymore, or that it needs more salt, or there's a flavor that I didn't particularly care for, or this meat or vegetable works better than this meat or vegetable, right? And so everything, every failure allows us to walk away with a lesson so that the next time we come across it, the next time we are better. And each time you fail, you get better and better as a person. And then setting boundaries and saying no. When we take the time to say no and not overcrowd ourselves or overwhelm ourselves or overcommit ourselves, then we are allowing space to be our best selves. You know, we have to say no to the things that don't align up with our values and beliefs. Have you ever said yes and then been uncomfortable in the situation that you're in just because it's not who you are? Or have you ever been affiliated with something that made you uncomfortable? And just because you said yes, you're in a stressful and stuck situation? If we had just said no, you wouldn't have to feel that way. Making sure that you allow yourself to let go also gives you that boost for creativity and productivity. When we allow ourselves to let things go, what does that do? It creates space. You ever, on my desk, I'm sitting here right now and I see things that are just cluttered. And then you ever notice when you move something away, it makes space for something else? Perfect examples in our closet. One of the rules in our house is if you buy something new, then you let go of something old, something that no longer serves you. That's how we should do in our lives. When we bring something new, why don't we get rid of that old thing that no longer serves us? It can be done in your life too. Create a schedule that allows you to prioritize important activities in your life, such as your exercise, your creativity, your personal growth. All these things are so important to you growing as a person, to you being your best self. I have to allow that time so that when I talk to you, I have something to say. Otherwise, I'm always saying the same things. I learn things from other people, books I read, studying. I'm always learning. You ever been in a family where the conversation is always the same because no one goes anywhere, no one does anything new? It gets stagnant and old. And so we always need to fill up with new experiences, new ideas, new perspectives, and we have something to talk about. And then, as I said earlier, we want to eliminate our distractions in our lives, such as those social media notifications. I turned all mine off just before I got here. We want to set aside dedicated time for deep work. Times when you don't want anyone to call you, or you're not taking any calls, you're not having any conversations. But it's so whatever you're working with right in front of you gets your deepest and most focused attention. Do you know you'll get more done in a shorter amount of time if you do this? And then letting go allows you to access what's truly important in your life and prioritize it. And that's the bottom line, right? Remember when I talked about the clothes? If you're ever going to bring something new or different in your life, you need to clear out those things that no longer serve its purpose. When we let go, One of the greatest benefits is enhancing self discovery and personal growth. All these things I've just talked about enhance our personal growth. But there's some other things we can do too, like practicing gratitude. Remember, gratitude is the first pillar of actually joy in our lives. So we have to practice gratitude and focus on the positive aspects of our lives. It's not always going to be gravy, but we can always pull that delectable flavor out of whatever we're dealing in life. And then doing activities that bring joy in our lives, such as our hobbies or volunteering or just spending time with someone you love. It doesn't always have to be conversation. Yes, you can sometimes watch TV together. It's just being there. I think one of the hardest things for me was when I used to go with people and we talked about the fact that I never felt comfortable going to wakes or funerals because I just didn't know what to do. How do you how do you say the right words? There are no right words for the pain that that person is going through right then. And so what do? You actually just be there. If they're open to it, just a touch, letting them know that you are there to support them through this time. And so learning to be content with what we have and not always wanting more, rather than constantly striving for that more of material possessions or external validation. That's also about joy. That's that middle pillar, contentment, appreciating where we are, but still striving for where we want to go. It's resting in the place that you are right now, being present, being content, and having gratitude. You want to know what joy is? I just spelled it out for you. But we have to let go of waiting and wanting that external validation, that those things that no longer serve us. You see, by simplifying and letting go, we can focus on what brings us joy and fulfillment, and live a life that is more peaceful and purposeful and joyful. Wouldn't that be awesome? To know that no matter what's going on around you, that you can find joy in it. Ultimately, simplifying our lives and letting go of what does not serve us happens awaken that joy in us. You see, when I talk about joy, it gives me such joy. Celebrate the joy in your life. And one common issue is that many of us have this preconceived notion of what joy and purpose should look like. I challenge you to shift that perspective. Be open to other perspectives. And if we can't continue to look or continue to rest in our self preconceived notions, then a lot of times what that does for us is that leads us to focus on external validation. That's not going to do it. It leads us to focus on the material success instead of the internal fulfillment. This is the one thing that you have control over, your joy. And lack of clear understanding of your values and priorities make it difficult for us to simplify our lives and let go so that we can experience the joy that you're entitled to. You have been given. It is inside of you. If you find yourself struggling with habits and emotions and behaviors that prevent you from fully and change, embracing change and the pursuit of joy, then you're stuck in your old preconceptions. You're stuck in your old habits and those things that are holding you hostage so that you cannot experience and celebrate the joy that you were created to celebrate. And to overcome these obstacles, you need to cultivate self-awareness and mindfulness and resilience. You need to establish a supportive community or accountability system that encourages and empowers you to pursue your goals and live that fulfilling life. Why am I so adamant? Because I know joy is doable. I know it is attainable. And when I work with my clients, I help them understand that their unique challenges and obstacles and why they're struggling with them. I listen to their struggles. I am present. I help them identify what's holding them back from pursuing the simplicity of joy. It's not easy, but it's simple. And I encourage you to sign up for early access to my transformational mini course, Joyful, because your life can be full of joy. And to learn more about this, the art of letting go and finding joy, let me go ahead and put this up here. Go ahead and go to https:// masteringyourmonday.life/joy. This is where you can sign up for early access for the Joyful mini course. I want to share joy with you. I want you to wake up each morning with a smile on your face, excited about your day before you. I want you to find joy in the midst of those challenges at work, at home, in your business, that no matter what's going on around you, you can experience joy. And so I hope today I have convinced you, incited you to seek joy and understand what the benefits of joy is for your life. Until next time, I can't wait to talk to you again on the meeting place. I'm Michelle O'Neill. Take care. Bye bye.